In the dark streets of New York, long before cameras, before headlines, before gangsters became legends, there was one man who changed crime forever. He didn't carry a Tommy gun in every photo. He didn't shout in public. He didn't need violence to prove power. Instead, he rewrote the rules of the Mafia. Without him, there would be no five families. No Mafia commission. No modern organized crime in America. This is the true story of Lucky Luciano, the most dangerous mind the underworld ever produced. Before we go deeper into this dark and powerful story, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Because stories like this, real, and censored, and never taught in schools, are uploaded here every week. Now, let's go back to where it all began. Lucky Luciano was not born lucky. His real name was Salvatore Lucania. Born on November 24, 1897. In the dusty, poor land of Sicily, Italy. Sicily was a place where poverty was normal. Violence was survival. And the Mafia was not a myth, it was a system. Salvatore grew up watching men with power rule villages without wearing uniforms. He learned one thing very early. The law belongs to those who control fear. At the age of 9, his family moved to New York City, settling in the brutal neighborhood of Lower East Side. This place did not forgive weakness. Salvatore tried school, but school did not teach him how to survive. At age 14, he dropped out. Not because he was stupid, but because he was ambitious. While other kids sold newspapers, Salvatore ran a protection racket. He charged Jewish kids 1 cent for safe passage to school. If they refused, they got beaten. One boy refused to pay. That boy was Meyer Lansky. Instead of becoming enemies, they became partners. This friendship would change American crime forever. Luciano didn't believe in old Sicilian traditions. He believed in business, logic, profit. During his teenage years, he worked with Italian gangs, Jewish mobs, Irish criminals. Something unheard of at the time. Then came the incident that gave him his name. Luciano was kidnapped, beaten brutally, his face slashed, and left for dead. He survived. From that day on, people stopped calling him Salvatore. They called him Lucky Luciano. In 1920, America made a mistake. Alcohol was banned. This single law created billion-dollar crime empires. Luciano saw opportunity where others saw chaos. He partnered with Meyer Lansky, Frank Costello, Bugsy Siegel. Together, they ran bootlegging, smuggling, speakeasies. Luciano became rich, very rich. But power in the Mafia was still controlled by old men following old rules. And Lucky Luciano hated old rules. At the top of the Mafia sat Joe the Boss Masuria. Masuria believed only Sicilians matter. Violence solves everything. Loyalty comes from fear. Luciano believed money is power. Intelligence beats brutality. Fear creates enemies. A war was inevitable. This war would be known as the Castellamarese War. Luciano played both sides. Then, he made his most dangerous decision. In 1931, Luciano invited Joe Masuria to lunch. Cards were played. Food was served. Luciano went to the bathroom. Moments later, gunmen entered. Joe Masuria was shot multiple times. The old Mafia boss was dead. Soon after, Luciano arranged the murder of Salvatore Maranzano. In one move, the entire old Mafia leadership was wiped out. Lucky Luciano didn't declare himself boss of bosses. Instead, he destroyed the title. He created the 5 families of New York, the Mafia Commission, Rules replaced chaos. Meetings replaced wars. Profit replaced ego. This system still exists today. Lucky Luciano became the architect of organized crime. Luciano lived like a king. Luxury hotels. Expensive suits. Endless money. But his greatest enemy wasn't another gangster. It was the government. In 1936, Luciano was arrested for prostitution charges. The trial was controversial. Many believe evidence was weak. Witnesses were pressured. Still, Luciano was sentenced to 30 to 50 years. The king was caged. But even in prison, Luciano was powerful. When World War II started, the U.S. government needed help. The docks of New York were controlled by the Mafia. So they made a deal with the devil. Lucky Luciano helped protect American ports. In return, he was released. But exiled. Luciano was sent back to Italy. No empire. No New York. No throne. He tried to control crime from afar. But power fades when distance grows. On January 26, 1962, Lucky Luciano died of a heart attack. He died quietly. But his system lives on. Lucky Luciano didn't just run the Mafia. He created it. Every modern crime syndicate follows his blueprint. He proved one thing. The most dangerous weapon is not a gun. It's the mind. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel for more real crime stories that history tried to hide.